Hi everyone, it's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to share an easy watercolor wash technique that I haven't done in a really long time, and I saw it done for this particular type card, and I thought it was beautiful and I wanted to share it with you. So the main thing you'll need here are some re-inkers, and I chose Balmy Blue, Highland Heather, and Pool Party because I'm using the Snowflake Wishes bundle with the So Many Snowflakes dies and this stamp set for a card. And I'm also using 1/2 sheet of this fluid watercolor paper. I just cut one of the long sheets in half at 3.5. So this is 3.5 by 5. So it's going to give me plenty to work with for a card front, and I can trim it down as needed. Now also, I'm using our new to the annual catalog water painters. I'm using the broad tip brush and the fine tip brush, and there's one in between that's still in the package here. And so I've taped my watercolor paper down very gently with washi tape just to hold it steady and keep it flat while it's drying. Now, behind it is a piece of chipboard, pretty thick. It is from the backing of either our foil papers or our glimmer papers, and sometimes even in a designer paper pack. But you could use any piece of cardboard or chipboard that you have to do this technique. So it's just to protect your work surface and to tape, have something to tape the watercolor paper to. So I've got some water in the well of this wide tip brush, and I'm going to squeeze some down, and I'm just going to brush over the watercolor paper in the area that I know I want my wash. So the first time I did this, I didn't give myself a big enough area. It's fine, and you'll see the card that I made with it, but I like a little bit more of the area, and putting down some water there so that the ink has a chance to spread and just be really beautiful. Okay, so now I have an old rag so that I can squeeze out the color when I change. You can see it's well loved, and my thin brush, thin tipped water painter. And I have a clear block here where I put a drop or two of each of these three colors. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the Highland Heather first. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of water there so it's not too dark, and then I'll just lay it down, and you see how it spreads. This is the most fun technique, I think. You have to let it dry is the only thing with before you can attach it or put it on your card, but it is so worth it. I just love it. And so you can add more water to thin it out and make it spread some more, and just the little how it spreads on its own with the water is just beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna switch colors now, I think, and I'm put some there just for fun. So I'm going to squeeze that out until the water runs clear. Then I'm going to take some of the Balmy Blue right here. You don't need much ink at all. Just start laying that down. And I took my cue, you know, from the designer paper that used these colors as well as some others, and so I knew they would look really beautiful in combination on this wash technique. And oh, it's just so fun. It's hard for me to talk because I'm having fun doing this. Okay, so now I don't really want it to look sectioned, but I'm going to wait until I get all the colors down and see if I need to do some blending. Okay, so now I'm getting Pool Party. I'm squeezing some water on the block and laying that down. I just love this. It's so fun. Okay, now I'm kind of blending the colors just a little bit. I don't want that marked difference. I want them to kind of just bleed into each other. Okay, so then once you get that looking like you want, I think I want to add a little more out this way. And laying the water down before you start adding the color really helps, so don't forget to do that. I didn't even clean my brush this time. I'm just squeezing that water out. Okay, all right, I'm going to leave it alone now. And I have one that is pretty much dry over here that I want to show you. So here it is, and you can see they all look different. Okay, you can see I have this really dark area of balmy blue, but I love that. And I'm going to use this frame from the So Many Snowflakes dies, and then I'll position that just right in the center there, and I'll run that through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and cut it out. Now the great thing about this is you're going to have the negative image, which is what I'm using on a card today, and then you'll have the actual cutout, which you can use on another card. So let me show you the finished card. Here it is. Isn't that pretty with that wash? There's a piece of Whisper White cut behind this watercolor piece. I laid the negative image over the Whisper White, and so I could center, and I kind of drew some pencil marks so I would know where to stamp my image. And then I adhered this to the Whisper White in the back, and you can see I can have some designer paper here, and I added some foil snowflakes in the corners here. And I just love it. I think it's a beautiful wash technique, and I hope you'll give it a try. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Visit my website at inkandinspirations.com, and I'll talk to y'all again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.